We're going to talk today about SEO using the primary tools for website tracking and security. These are the handful of tools, Chris, that we tend to kind of find ourselves opening up and using most often.
They're foundational tools.
Yeah, foundational tools for doing search engine optimization. So let's just talk through these. So we're going to kind of take 3 minutes on each of these topics and just kind of give an overview of each of these. But number one, let's talk a little bit about Google Analytics. What's it good for?
Yeah, all the things. No,
yeah.
Now there's other analytics platforms. Google's just kind of the elephant in the room. It's free.
It's a free tool. They kind of took the space by being
and you
free.
can install it.
Yeah.
And so the first thing is just install Google Analytics. Even though there's other platforms, like we just recommend that you install Google Analytics.
Have it anyway. Even if you're using something else.
Yeah, go ahead and install as early as possible. Start collecting that data. And Analytics is great because not only does it tell you where your traffic is coming from, social, email, direct, search engines, organic, but it also tells you what they do when they get to your site, right? So you can do, measure things like bounce rate. You can measure time on site, what landing pages are getting the most views, et cetera, et cetera. And then when you take that step further into Google Analytics, you start to really measure things that matter for your business. So how many people are calling you when they go to your website? How many people are filling out a form? How many people are going to this or visiting this key page that you want people to visit to? How many people are watching videos? So almost anything.
And you can integrate your phone number with it to set up goals and create a more comprehensive conversion picture.
So analytics is great, especially when you get to that second or third level. You start measuring goals and you start really knowing what your most important pages are, and you can start making changes to your website based on the data that you're getting. And so just super valuable. And really a foundational piece of any website is to have a Google Analytics installed.
Yeah, and we use it. We often we build our own dashboards. We have a product called Apogee Metrics, and we pull data from a number of different sources into those dashboards. But one of the things that we pull in from Google Analytics is referral traffic. Where's it coming from? And it's good because we can see if we were looking at maybe server logs or something, we might see, oh wow, our visits to the website really went up this month, and think, oh, that's really great. More people are coming to the website. And then if you're using Google Analytics, you can see if you have maybe some bot traffic that hasn't been filtered out. So you can use Google Analytics for things like filtering out bot traffic. And so what we do is we look at the top referring URLs, and if we see some bot behavior, we can say, oh, whoa, we need to go either use one of the features of Google Analytics to remove bot traffic they've identified, or if it's a bot they haven't identified in their database, we can manually create a filter to go and kind of squash that bot traffic as one of our indicators of traffic. And so, Google Analytics is really good for a lot of those things, and kind of staging up in a way that a lot of different developers and marketers are used to seeing it, stage up and see the data and understand it and work with it.
Yeah, and the other final thing I'll say about Google Analytics is it can be, it serves well as a sort of singular source for truth, especially if you're using a lot of different ad platforms. I run into this all the time in my business where you've got Facebook's analytics that tell you what conversions or what purchases are happening, and then you've got Google. A lot of times Google has a better, because it sees everything. It sees the email, it sees organic, and it can sort of parse out where the activity is happening a little bit better. A lot of times Facebook will take credit for stuff that's not theirs.
That's right. Yeah, and this goes back to Web Analytics Demystified, really old book that I first started looking at my bookshelf. But like, when is a click not a click? Well, when the page doesn't load, when they don't stay on the page.
Yeah, so a platform might say it's a click, but if that person didn't register as a landing page view on the site, was it really a click? If a tree falls in the woods, it doesn't
matter now.
So
still paid for it.
Analytics is a great source of singular source of truth. You can still use your platform analytics, like your Google Ads and your Facebook or Pinterest or whatever you're advertising on.
Yeah.
But if looking to Google Analytics as the more canonical, like final authority on what's actually happening on your site, is good.